Biafra, superstars, media. I want to quickly touch this guy they call RENO OMOKRI. You know, he's lucky I don't have time, you know, to deal with his video. But I know this guy very well. This guy is those they call political jobbers. What they are doing is they place themselves in a strategic way so that they can get crumbs from the zoo government. We are saying the zoo is going down, but this guy is saying no, Nigeria is good. That don't be angry with Nigeria. Nigeria is good. We are saying the zoo is going down. The economy is going down. Nigeria is now an almajiri country. But this guy here, he's always saying, no, Nigeria is good. This same man will tell you 10 ways to become a millionaire, 20 ways to make 10,000 pounds a day, 5 ways to make $100 a day. This is the video that this guy used to do. When it was not a political season, he was doing videos like that on YouTube. Reno. But now when a political season, now he's looking for opportunity with Tinubu. He's now saying Nigeria is good. This guy is enjoying his life. He has a green card to USA. He's now in Kenya and he wants to tell you that, oh, the fuel price in Kenya is expensive, more than that of Nigeria. It means Nigeria is good. Make we hear this man. Then I'll break it down. Put him in his place. Let him know that he's dealing with somebody who is a certified economist. Nobody's talk when they talk. Me, I go to school for Bodo Yibo. I discussed with my lecturers. I argued with my professors and I defended my project, you know, with my peers. Where they go put a peer against you, you will go through the work of the peer. The peer will go through your own work as well. When they go through different works, una go begin to defend una projects. That's what I went through in the Western world. It wasn't easy. You know, it wasn't easy. I was paired against an Indian guy. One of them, an Indian, one American. They went through my own dissertation. And they were asking me questions based on their own thinking. But thank God, I was writing mine on the perspective of an American economy, not the zoo economy. So when they were asking me questions to defend my thesis, to defend my project, I was able to do so. And when I asked them back, them try, but themselves shake now. Man pass man. So make we hear this man they call RENO OMOKRI or RENO OMOKRI. Make we hear what he's saying. He's trying to compare the Kenyan economy with Nigerian economy. He's trying to say fuel price in Kenya is cheap. I mean, it's more expensive than that of Nigeria, which means Nigeria is better, which means things in Nigeria are nice. It's not as hard as people are saying. Make we hear this man. I will break it down. You know, I don't have time, but I will break it down for him. Just listen. Just listen to this guy now. Listen.
So you see there, that's the price of premium motor spirits, petrol in Kenya. 204 shillings and 30 fractions. That's about $1.60, slightly above that. So that's more than 3 times what we pay in Nigeria. Now, you're going to be watching this, and I know some of you, moved by sentiment, will say, well, we are an all-rich country. Nigeria isn't an all-rich country. Nigeria produces less than 2 million barrels per day for over 220 million people. In this country, Kenya, their largest export is tea. Now, it will surprise you, and you can actually fact check 3 times what we pay in Nigeria. That's the price of premium motor spirits, petrol in Kenya. 104 shillings and 30 fractions. That's about $1.60, slightly above that. So that's more than 3 times what we pay in Nigeria.
Hold on there. Okay, good. Now, that zoo, first of all, don't forget that the oil that they use in that zoo comes from the land of Biafra. We, the Biafrans, we are the owner of that oil. But let's keep that aside. Now, you are saying in Kenya, the price is about 204 shillings, which is close to $1 and something. And it is 3 times the price that they are paying in Nigeria. First of all, what you should be looking at is what they call the per capita income. Per capita income means, say, the income of a household, a single household on a micro level. Because in economics, they have macroeconomics, talking about the economy in a whole. But when you are trying to compare things like this, the price of oil that they buy in Kenya compared to the price of oil in that zoo called Nigeria, what you should be looking at is their take-home pay and per capita income. How much does a Kenyan person make per capita a month? How much do they go with compared to that with Nigeria? In a day, what do they live with compared to that of a Nigerian? I will tell you offhand, in Kenya, their wage rate, from what I'm hearing, is close to, in terms of dollars, so it is close to $175 a month. In terms of dollars. Hear me very, very well now. When you compare that to Nigeria, the minimum wage in Nigeria is what? 30,000 naira. Even some governors cannot pay that in that zoo. Ordinary 35,000 naira, your governors cannot pay. 27 states out of 36 states cannot pay 35,000 naira a month. Now, guess what? 35,000 naira a month in dollars. It's less than $20 a month. Do you not get it? So per capita income, when you check the aggregate level, aggregate means, say, you are putting it on average. The aggregate head per capita in Nigeria makes $20 a month, even less than that. But in Kenya, they make $175 a month. So when you now check that, if the price of oil in Kenya in dollars is $1 and something, they can still afford it compared to that zoo called Nigeria. Because you are an oil producing country, you should be able to create and produce oil in your local market to take care of your market first before you go to the international market. That is the problem with that zoo called Nigeria. Because per capita, you are on $20. $20 cannot buy you anything. In fact, when I see somebody singing in the streets, I dash them $20. When I go to eat in a restaurant, I tip the waitress or the waiter at least $15 to $20. To me, $20 is nothing, but that is what they work in that zoo in a month. Think about it. Now you say, okay, they produce oil in that zoo called Nigeria, and how come things are expensive? What they should be doing, in fact, I'm not here to teach them or help them out, but I will just give you a layman explanation. For example, if I am a shoemaker, this is just a simple explanation. If I am a shoemaker in my village, and my shoes, they are very good. People love my shoe. They say my shoe, when I make them, the quality, they good well. Suddenly, shoe, when I they put for for example, now $20. But because people now love the shoe I'm doing, they say, this is your shoe, they're too fine, I'm not getting more order to make shoe. Because, say, the waiting queue done too much. People now say, look, I can pay you $500 for your shoes. Before you know it, the price of my shoe will now have to reflect the demand for my shoe. So even though when I started doing this shoe, it was $20, people announced there is a long queue. People down the queue say, please help me make a red shoe, help me make a black shoe. So I said, okay, to meet your demand, this price is now $500. On the international market, I am selling $500. But if my children need shoes to go to school, when my children need shoes to go to church, when they need shoes for their birthday, I will not say I am selling on the international price of $500. In fact, I will just go and get the raw material, and it will be only the cost of the material that I will make and give to my children for free. What I mean is, if the shoe cost me $10 to buy, leather, sewing machine and thread and polish, if that cost will be $10, when I make that shoe, I will give the shoe to my children for free, even though I give them for free for their birthday or for school. But the actual cost, the real cost, is $10, because that is the cost of buying the material. So what I'm trying to say is this: for the fact that that zoo, they use the Biafran oil, what they should have been doing, in fact, let me not teach them. No. I don't want to help them out, because that zoo must go down. I will not give you my strategy for free. That zoo must go down. But just to let this guy know, say, when you are comparing Kenya and Nigeria, you should be looking at their purchasing power. Kenya own $175 a month. Nigeria, the minimum wage is less than $20. So there is no way you can sell that oil for $1 or whatever in Nigeria. The fact, it means you don't have a country anymore. I hope you get that now, Mr. Reno. When you are comparing things that way, you should understand their purchasing power. In economics, we call it per capita income. Per capita means each person, per person, their income, their household, their take-home pay. What is their rent, the cost of their rent, their cost of living, and all those things. Per capita income. I'm not here to lecture you, but I'm here to bring it down to you, to let you know that what you are saying is bull crap, not even bullshit. It is bull crap. You are a politician. You are finding a way to be in the good books of Tinubu. We know the game you are playing, but that will not work here, because I will put you in your place. Listen, let's continue. Listen.
Now, you're going to be watching this, and I know some of you, moved by sentiment, will say, well, we are an all-rich country. Nigeria is not an all-rich country. Nigeria produces less than 2 million barrels per day for over 220 million people. In this country, Kenya, their largest export is tea.
Okay.
Now, it will surprise you, and you can actually fact check it. Tea is actually more expensive here than in Nigeria.
I will catch you in this point. You just said tea is more expensive in Kenya than in Nigeria. I will catch you in this point. You claim you live in the Western world. You know, when we are talking about tea in the Western world, it is different from that bullshit you call your Lipton tea. It is different from that bullshit little liver they are selling in that zoo called Nigeria. What's the name again? Unilever. That's not tea. There is tea and there is tea. There is Kenyan tea and there is tea. So that mistake you are making here, you want to confuse Nigerians, those gullible ones, the deaf, the dumb and the blind, to make them think more tea is more expensive in Kenya. There is tea, there is quality tea compared to that rubbish they sell for you, that grass they sell in Nigeria that they call Lipton tea. You can't fool me, oh. You see that Western world where you did, I did it with you. That Western world where you live, I don't live there with you. I am there with you. So when you talk about tea, the tea they sell in Kenya, it is different from the bullshit they sell in that zoo called Nigeria. But make we hear this man. Him say Kenyan tea is more expensive in Kenya than in Nigeria. Make we see the tea when him go show the brand of the tea that he will show in Kenya. You see, this is how you catch the jobbers. But allow him to land. Make him land. Watch.
So if your logic, which you're going to use to insult me by the way, because I know how people is correct, then the price of tea should be cheaper here than in Nigeria.
Okay.
But that's not how economics works.
Okay.
You got refineries who have to buy at the prevailing rate. They have to refine. And to make a profit, they will have to sell at least to make a little profit. Now, we're going to check out the price of tea very soon. Okay, so we're at a supermarket, we're looking at the prices of commodities. Remember, I said Kenya's largest export is tea.
Yes.
So that means, by your logic, tea is going to be cheaper here than in Nigeria. Now, look at tea. Now, that's Safari Pure Tea.
Boom! My people, now make I catch this guy now. Look at the tea he's showing you, the brand tea. Like I told you, there is tea and there is tea. In the Western world, when white men say, can we go for a tea? Should we go have a tea? Can I offer you a tea? Can we go to Starbucks to have a coffee? There is coffee and there is coffee. Not the cowbell milk you are drinking, even milk. There is milk and there is milk. Nobody Carnation milk you are drinking in Nigeria, cowbell, Bombita. No. This tea is premium tea that he's showing you in Kenya, made by Kenya. The leaf itself, now they didn't mix it with anything, no. So when you are free, not the fake one they sell in Nigeria, Google the price of Safari tea or the brand that the company that makes it. Check the price of this tea in America, in Australia, in Canada, and the rest of them. This is premium quality tea that when you drink them, you will feel the taste of that spear grass, that thing they call tea, that grass, that fermented leaf. You will feel them. You don't need sugar. When you are drinking tea like this, all you pour is your hot water. Allow it to ferment. When you taste them, you don't drink tea. The quality, the premium in the tea, not your Lipton tea when not for mass rubbish they do there. Like I tell you, there is tea and there is tea. When they offer you tea in the Western world, when they promise and say, come in the evening for tea, they are not talking about your Lipton tea. You see, when a president call another president and say, come, let me invite you for tea, they are not talking about your Lipton tea. They don't dunk in your Lipton tea that you're selling in that zoo. What you are selling is just colored water, grass, a low quality stuff. This one, the quality of the grass they used to make this tea, the tea leaf itself, it's all made in Kenya. It is preserved in Kenya. There are no additives. It's not a GMO. It is top quality. So the price of this tea, this man will tell you now, it is costly or the price is high, but don't compare it with your Lipton tea. That is what Reno wants to do now. He wants to compare this high quality tea with your Lipton tea in that zoo called Nigeria. The gullible ones, they will fall for it. But people like us, we are the scholars. Now we go to that school for Obodo Yibo. We know what we're talking about when we're saying premium quality compared to the trash. So make we hear what he will say now. Listen. Let's take it back a bit. Just a bit. Listen now.
Chinese who have to buy at the prevailing rate.
Okay.
They have to refine.
Okay.
And to make a profit, they will have to sell at least to make a little profit. Now, we're going to check out the price of tea very soon. Okay, so we're at a supermarket. We're looking at the prices of commodities. Remember, I said Kenya's largest export is tea. Yes. So that means, by your logic, tea is going to be cheaper here than in Nigeria. Now, look at tea. Now, that's Safari Pure Tea, high quality Kenya tea. Now, look at the price.
Safari Pure Tea, high quality pure tea. Safari Pure Tea, high quality pure tea. This guy, what he should have done was show you the price of Lipton tea. I'm even sure they don't even drink Lipton tea in Kenya because it's a child's play. How will you leave high quality tea to go to drink Lipton tea? That's what I'm telling you. You need to understand the psychology. This guy is showing you a high premium tea. Safari. Kenya is known for what? They are safari. And they are bringing the best of... It's like checking the price of Bentley, a Bentley car, a limousine with a keke napep. You will now say the price of Bentley is expensive than keke napep. That way, Nigerians, they are doing well because they shouldn't complain because your car is cheaper. But in America, the price of car is expensive. That is what this guy is doing here. He is comparing a Bentley with a keke napep. Your Lipton tea na keke na pep. RENO OMOKRI. Say this thing you are doing, and it's a way to entice, Tinubu. I know the game you are playing. You're a jobber. They call them the political jobbers. This guy and Daniel Boala. They are political jobbers. You are comparing a limousine, the price of a limousine, to that of a keke napep. Because Safari Pure Tea, you call it here premium tea. It is premium in Kenya. Premium means the top la creme, the very top, the best of the best. Premium tea. When you drink themselves, even your teeth gum, your mouth go be happy. Your tongue will be making love to your teeth. You'll be smiling. Your throat go to thank you. Your stomach go to bless you because your stomach go to digest food well. Premium tea. He's comparing that to your Lipton tea. Hi! Now these Nigerians. My only anger is these guys, they know the truth. Nigerians, they know the truth, but you are enjoying life in the Western world, where I know since you left that zoo called Nigeria, light has never blinked for 1 minute. If you are in USA, whenever you go to USA, because you are based in US, light don't blink. If light go blink, now say maybe they want to change one rail track. They will now email everybody. They will write you, say, please, on Friday from 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. we will cut one power line because we want to extend them. There might be, a power outage for just 10 minutes or 2 minutes. So please, if you have anything in the fridge, if you have anything, that's what they do in this Western world. And you get that once every blue moon. It means once in a while. Maybe once in 2 years. But since I left that zoo called Nigeria, light has been stable. Light has been stable. When I was in that zoo, my father told me, the day you see light in Nigeria for 24 hours uninterrupted, that is the beginning of a great Nigeria. He told me that I will never see it, because even in his time, it was only maybe when the white people were there that there was a bit of power stability. But since 1960, I'm not sure they've got it that right. But make we hear this man they go. I enjoy to spar sometimes with the intellectuals when I'm calling out Rufai Oseni, because in the world of journalism, you say he's number one, he's the best. So this man they call Reno, I've been seeing him talking too much. He's been talking too much. I want to test his intellectual mind. I want to see where he is. I want to test his onion. I want to see his capacity when it comes to, looking at they call it the comparative advantage of countries. You see, comparative advantage. In economics, they call it the comparative advantage or competitive advantage. But in this case now, he's comparing both. So he's doing a comparative advantage analysis in economics. Now we go school now, eh? When it comes to school, now we go school. If na business, if Biafra man do business, we are number one. Biafra man, if we go school, we are number one. Now they argue with our lecturers. They argue with our lecturers. They argue with our lecturers. Now live story, Joe. Now live story. Continue, my brother. Continue, Reno.
750 shillings. Now, 750 shillings, that will give you roughly $5. Now, will this cost $5 in Nigeria? Now, just...
It might be more than that, because the quality of this one you are seeing, this Safari tea, when you check the price all around the whole world, you'll be surprised. Not Lipton tea, Safari tea. Made in Kenya. If it is made in Kenya, and in Kenya they are selling it for that price, when you check the price anywhere, it means you want to import it into your zoo called Nigeria. Go to anywhere they are selling it online, it will be the same price, and when you buy it, according to the exchange rate, you will have to pay the exchange cost, because it is not manufactured in Nigeria. Anyone you see in Nigeria is fake. So if you want to buy this Safari tea, unless they have a website, you will pay the same price on the website. Don't tell me it will be cheaper in Nigeria when you have to pay importation cost, custom charges, taxation cost. It's not done, my brother. With all due respect. Unless now banjo you are selling in Nigeria. Do you not get it? But when it comes to Lipton tea, it's different because, like I tell you, Lipton tea is not tea. It's just a kwashoko kind of tea. Poverty-stricken tea. When you talk about this tea, it is different. It's different. I have drank Kenyan tea. I have drank Eritrean tea. I have drank Ethiopian tea. Fear catch me. Ordinary Eritrea here. Ethiopia, ordinary them, when they give you their coffee, oh my God, that was when I know say coffee the sweet. Coffee, no sugar, no nothing. Then go smoke the coffee, then go roast them. They will come grind them for one thing. When they grind them, they will come pour the water, come they simmer am. Come begin pour them left and right, mix. They'll come give you for one small cup. One small cup when they use. If you drink that coffee, hey! I couldn't believe it. I drank the coffee and I fell in love with it. And it is so potent, it will go straight into your brain. That caffeine where you look for. It's like taking drugs. So it is like doing cocaine. It go enter your brain. It go pop the third eye. Your pineal gland go pop open, wide open. So when they say there is tea, there is tea. When there is coffee, there is coffee. Not that nonsense they are selling in that zoo called Nigeria. That's my point. Let's continue.
So you understand what $5 is. $5 is going to be 7,500. So will this cost 7,500 in Nigeria?
If you import it from Kenya to Nigeria, it will even cost close to 8,000 to 9,000 because the importation cost, the postage cost, the delivery cost, the charges from customs, it will charge you more. If you buy it from the website from Kenya and they ship to you, it will cost more because it is not produced in Nigeria. Safari tea is not produced in Nigeria. So when you go to the location where it is produced and where it is sold, if you want to bring it down to Nigeria, it means you want to import it from Kenya to Nigeria. There is a cost to import. There is a cost to ship. There is a cost to deliver. There is a cost you pay in customs. There is a charges cost. There is also a cost they pay VAT for the fact you left Lipton tea you are buying from Kenya. You have to pay what they call the value added tax. The postman, when can I come to your house, they go say, madam, there is a plant where you're supposed to pay, there is a stamp you're supposed to pay for. It will cost you more, and the importer has to make profit. So when they import them to Nigeria, they will put what they call a markup price. Markup price. Reno, bring your paper and pen. Let me teach you about markup price. So if you say the price is $7, for example, the importer spend $1 to bring them to Nigeria, it now becomes $8. I'm trying to make it very simple. The importer has to make profit. So when it costs them $8 to bring to Nigeria, the markup price can be 50 cents. So he will now sell it for $8.50. It means the final consumer, the ultimate consumer, the retailers, those when they buy them directly from this man when import them, they will now enjoy it for $8.50. $8.50. So that 50 cents, they call it the markup price. That is his profit after the whole transaction. And guess what? There is a problem there, because if the man don't import them to that zoo called Nigeria, if it is going through a middleman, those praying to your pastors to pray to God, if you are going through a middleman, it means the agency will now be there, an agent will be there, somebody who will now do the retailing job. So even though it is now $8.50, the retailer will now buy it from this importer, put for their own shop. It will cost them because they pay rent for the shop. They will now put their own price on top. After the markup price, they will put their own price on top. They will now make it $9. So when it is now $9, the final consumer, your mama, your papa, your sister, your cousin, your children in their house, when they now want to claim they are rich, they go to that shop, they go to the premium shop, they go to ShopRite or wherever, they go and buy this same tea, this safari tea. It will now cost them $9. Do you now get it? So even though in Kenya, the actual price, as you said, in dollar is $7 something, when it goes through that chain, the supply chain down to the zoo called Nigeria, it will cost more because there is something called value. You must add the value, the markup price. That's business now. The bakery man wakes up at 6 a.m. in the morning. They say in economics, the man making bread, the bakery man, he wakes up 6 a.m. in the morning to make you bread. Not because he loves you, but because of the profit he can make off you before you go to work. Listen again, I'll break it down. They say for economics, the man, when they make bread every morning, your work starts 9 a.m., but you have to leave home around 7 because you will take transport, more lower, all those buses to get to your work. So you have to leave work. You have to leave your house by 7 a.m. In economics, so they will now talk, say, the man, when they make bread, will now have to wake up 6 a.m. in the morning to make hot bread. Not because say him like you. He's making that bread 6 a.m. in the morning, not because he love you. I go make you bread, you make you carry go work, you. No. He's making that bread in the morning, 6 a.m. so that you, when they go work by 9, but you need to leave home by 7, you will come to a shop to buy that fresh bread, that sweet hot bakery bread, to make your breakfast, to fry your egg, to drink your tea. It means you are a bread you can buy off him. As you buy that bread, you are paying him money, not be for free. So when you buy the bread from him, it means he has made his money around 6 a.m. 6 a.m. in the morning, he has making that money. He's making that bread, not because say him love you, say you are going to work. He's pitying you. He's showing empathy. He said, this man, they work hard though. He's going to work around 7 a.m. even though they work start by 9 a.m. Let me make him bread. No. He's thinking about the money he will make from you before you go to work, which is why he wakes up 6 a.m. in the morning to make bread. Then when you come and buy the bread, he has made that profit. So in business, there is no friend. And I keep saying it, those who are into business, they are bound to make more money because you are into business. So in Lagos, when you see the Biafrans there, most of them, they are businessmen. Most of them, they are boy learning from their master. When they are into business, they are bound to make profit. When they are into business, they are making what they call abnormal profit or super profit. It's too much. They buy goods from China and they sell it. They make abnormal profit. They make 10 times the cost of the product itself. When they do that one now, they can easily buy houses. They can buy your land, they will build house on it. They can buy your old house, they will knock it down and build a mansion on it. You that you are working 9 to 5, you wake up in the morning, you go to work and come back. You are comparing yourself with the Igbo man, the Yorubas in Lagos. Don't compare yourself with the Igbos. Those Igbos you are seeing, they are into business. They are bound to make profit. They are bound to make money in their business. So when they are building big houses, driving big cars, is because they are making more money than you. The money you make in a year in your 9 to 5 job, they make it in one day, in 1 week. That's the difference. That's what RENO OMOKRI will not tell you. He's telling you on Instagram, on Twitter, to hate the Igbos. He knows the truth, but he won't tell you that. He won't tell you that. A layman will hate them, say, Igbo, wayo, how come they are here? They are buying all the lands. They are doing businesses everywhere. They are building houses. It's because they are into business. A businessman is a multimillionaire in most cases. You are bound to make profits. because you are maximizing your profit. And in the ultimate analysis, according to John Maynard Keynes in the Keynesian School of Thought in economics, they said to maximize your profit, you must produce up to an extent where marginal cost is equals to marginal revenue, and the marginal cost curve is rising. Oh my God. To maximize your profit, you produce to an extent, you manufacture to an extent, you buy goods and sell to an extent where marginal cost is equals to marginal revenue. Marginal cost means a single cost. One margin means one more cost is equals to one more revenue. Revenue means profit, the proceeds from the products. So to maximize your profits, on a layman's term, if you bought that goods from China for $2 and you are selling for $100, people, they buy them, they rush them, they are thanking their God, they have a cell phone now. Not knowing that cell phone in China, it is sold for $2, but you bought it from China, you brought to Nigeria, the same way the Biafrans, now we bring color TV to Nigeria. The color television you are watching now we bring them to Nigeria. Before, now black and white. But we went to Germany, we went to Belgium, and we brought in color TV. During those days, those type when get is it a Formica brown box color TV? We were the first to make Nigeria or Lagos to experience more color TV. Not the television. No. The Yorubas, they claim they had television before France. Color television is what I'm talking about. Not black and white. Color television. The Biafrans, we made it affordable because we went to Germany, we went to Europe to bring in those goods cheap. You see them? Then you'll be hearing some names. Blue Punk, Grundig, Sanyo. Those products, now we sell them now. Now we sell them. My uncle was into business. My dad was into business. Now, in fact, I was selling for friends then, playing their video game. They will come buy from my hand. I was making excess money. All I had to do is go to the warehouse, grab one, sell to a friend, and I'm rich. Because we had them in excess back then. Blue Punk, Grundig, those are the brand during those days. All the way from Germany, Grundig, very, very strong, TV back then. So, for example, to maximize profit, this is why the Biafrans are doing well in Lagos. In fact, let me not give out some of our secrets. No, let me keep it to myself because these people, they cannot be trusted. When you give them the secret based on knowledge, they will use it against the Biafrans. That's the problem I have with that zoo. So let's continue with this guy. I won't tell you the secrets. Let's continue with this guy.
So you got to understand the economics of scale. Let us stop holding down our country because of an election that maybe they're not happy with the results and then we know what to sacrifice. Listen, we got to make tough choices. And they are facing the kinds of economic challenges that we are also facing. But you know what? They are united, they are overcoming it together as one nation. Look at that. This is today's paper. Now look at that. Tough choices in the face of a crisis. They have to make tough choices. What we have to do in Nigeria is that we have to get our government to increase the minimum wage so that at least it's a living wage. Rather than saying that, okay, we want to have cheap petrol, it's never going to happen. Or we want to have subsidized dollars so that we can buy imported things. We're always going to destroy our economy and we're going to be poor as a result.
RENO OMOKRI, listen, my brother, listen. You are saying they should increase the minimum wage. RENO, take your internet and Google. As that guy will say, go and verify. Peter Obi will say, go and verify. Take your Google now, check. In Nigeria, I believe they have 36 states paying 30,000 or is it 35,000 as minimum wage. 36 states. But inside that 36 states, 27 cannot afford to pay the current minimum wage. Can you hear me? 27 cannot afford to pay the current minimum wage. That tells you there's a problem. That tells you there's a problem. The problem is that they are not producing as a country. To be a state, it means you are semi-independent from the national purse. But no, they create states in that zoo based on politics, based on how much. It never end there. Make we hear more. Let us hear what he's about to say here. Let us hear what he's about to say. Listen.
Hi, how are you? I'm good. You're Kenyan, right? Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of people are confused. There are a lot of people of Indian and Arab origin in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. That's correct? Yeah. So you're a Kenyan citizen? Yeah. Okay, I want to ask you a question. Yes. Now, how much do you pay on average for electricity in Kenya? In dollar, like $200. $200? Yeah. $200? Yeah, some people pay more, right? Yeah. But you just pay because you're medium income, you pay $200. Yeah. Small, so, yeah. Okay, now how much do you pay for fuel, for petrol? How much is it for petrol? Per liter, I think around 200 shilling. 200 shilling? Yeah. Now, how much would that be in dollars? Dollar, $1.50. So $1.50, right? Yeah. Now, you're a driver, right? Yes. Wycliffe, can you confirm that? Is that true? That is true. That is true. Very true. Okay, how much?
It is very true because he just said here he pays for electricity around $200 and something dollars for electricity, because if you have not asked him how much is his take-home pay a month. That's what we are saying here. How much is he making in a month in terms of dollars? Don't be surprised, this guy might be making close to $600 minimum. For you to be able to afford $200 a month for your electricity, it means you are making close to $600 minimum a month. Because that would be looking like 40% of your take-home pay, which doesn't make sense. But that should be the question this guy should ask him next now. But Reno will not ask him. You are asking him how much is he paying for electricity, how much is he paying for fuel, but you are not asking what is his take-home pay. A Nigerian man making 30,000 naira a month, his take-home pay is not up to $200 a month. Economies of scale, comparative advantage, competitive advantage. That is what you need to understand. What it means now is if a Nigerian goes to Kenya to work for 6 years, when he comes back to Nigeria, he'll be a multi-millionaire. But I'm not here to give you the knowledge. You guys don't deserve it. Not the Biafrans, so I mean the Nigerians where they insult the Igbos. They don't deserve it. I will not break down that God knowledge, that God science that you should know. He's here asking, what is the cost? How much do you pay for light electricity every month? Yes, it is $200 something dollars. What you should be asking him next is, what is your take-home pay? You will now work it out to see the percentage of his take-home pay that is going to electricity. But he won't do it. He's only showing you the superficial way, the superficial thing. Say, oh, he's paying 200 here. What I pay in a month, when you work it out, it is close to $600 on electric power supply. Though it is power and gas, close to $600, if not more. If not more than that. But what matters is my take-home pay. How much do I make in a month? To me, that money is chicken change. Because when I look at the package I make in a month, it is more than that. So paying 600 is not an issue because I am making more than that. And for the kind of house I have, it is expectable you will spend more based on the capacity of what you are using. You see, so $600 that I'm paying a month in electricity, it is nothing compared to what they're paying in Nigeria. But my take-home pay is what matters. That is why I can afford what I'm paying. I can afford the house I'm living in, the cars I'm driving, because of the take-home pay. You are not discussing that take-home pay. That is where the game is. What is your take-home pay? He won't ask that. But let's see, because I'm watching, let us see what he will ask next. Probably he asked it. Let us see. Oh yeah, continue.
Is it per liter?
Per liter is 205 in fact.
205, so it's above 200 liters.
Yes.
So slightly above $1.50, right?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so now $200 you pay every month for electricity.
Yeah.
And then just slightly over $1.50 for petrol for per liter.
Yeah.
And you love Kenya, right?
Yeah.
You're not complaining about Kenya.
No.
It's an excellent country,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, let me ask you a question. If you had another African country where you could get electricity for much lower and you could get fuel for much lower, would you say that would be a bad country or a good country?
No, good country.
That would be a good country.
Yeah.
But have you asked about the pay? How much is he making in Kenya compared to that country where he's paying less for fuel? That country where they sell fuel less. Mind you, Nigeria, they produce oil, or the Biafran oil. You are not asking the main question here. I said it at the beginning. Per capita income. How much is your per capita income, this man you are speaking to, compared to that downfall driver in Nigeria? You said this man, he drive car. What about that downfall man when they drive for Nigeria? What about the carpenter in Nigeria? What is their per capita income? How much do they make in a month? You have not asked this man the main question. You are comparing apple to oranges. You see how crafty these guys are. Those who know to get sense now. Those who know go school say, it's true. Nigeria is good though. Hey, we thank God though. Nigeria is good. It is politics. We love Nigeria. The price of oil is cheaper in Nigeria than in Kenya. The price of tea, it is cheaper. I buy my Lipton tea for 50 naira. In America, in Kenya, they sell tea for $5. Can you see the 419 they are playing? They are playing with words. They call it playing with semantics. They are playing with words. Those living in America, those living in Australia, you know how much you pay for your petrol. You know how much you pay for even your house rent alone is millions of naira a month. If you are renting a house, you know a month you are paying millions of naira. Does that mean you will dump America to go to Nigeria? Because in Nigeria, you can pay for one rent 80,000 naira. You can pay for a rent 40,000 naira. You can go to Face Me, I Face You and pay 15,000 naira a month as house rent. So let me leave this house in America that I'm paying 1.2 million naira. Let me go to Nigeria and live where I'm paying 15,000 naira. Is that how it's done? Is that how it's done? Semantics, they call it wordplay. This guy is being crafty. He's trying to play you. Oh, Reno, I challenge you, man, to a debate. I challenge you to a debate anytime. Virtually, of course. You are asking all the questions. Apart from asking this guy, what is your take-home pay? He will tell you, in dollars, I make $1,900. Okay. In Nigeria, they make $20 a month. Will you leave Kenya for Nigeria? You make $1,900 a month in Kenya. In Nigeria, the minimum wage is $20. Will you leave Kenya for Nigeria? That's the real question he's not asking. He's playing games. He's saying, what is the cost of fuel? What is the cost of light? What is the cost of tea? You have not asked the take-home pay, the money in your pocket every motherfucking day. How much do you make in a month? That's the question. In economics, we want to know per capita income. How much do you make per capita? That is what we use to check the wealth of the nation. When you are calculating GDP, the gross domestic product, you are checking all those things. Per capita income. To compare the wealth of a nation with another country, you must check the per capita income. How much are you making per capita in America compared to Australia, compared to Ghana, compared to Nigeria, compared to Ethiopia, compared to Gabon, Guinea, Gambia, Cote d'Ivoire, Congo, Guinea-Bissau, Mali, Mauritania, Mauritius, Niger Republic. What is the per capita? That is what they are checking in the Western world. This man claims to be living in the Western world, but when he's giving you the science, the knowledge, he's giving you banjo knowledge. The knowledge you get in your Nigerian university With all due respect. Banjo economics. You see, Reno, you see, Nigeria, oh my God, my God, have mercy. If that country wanted to be great, they could have been great because the brains are out there. We the scholars, we went go school, we went born late night candle, we go school, but they said no, Biafra man, so wayo, we will not allow the Biafrans to rule. I swear, even the Yorubas are saying, I swear to God, the Igbos, you will not, but you don't know. Now we get that knowledge, now we get that God science. You see, it is natural to us. In your school, they teach you business studies, right? Business studies, but there is something called business science, the science of business. Nobody else gets it, nobody else have it apart from the Biafrans and the black Jews. Business science, they don't teach it in school. Business studies is what they teach in your schools. Let's call a spade here. But business science, they don't teach it in your school because that one, no, even your lecturer no sabiam. But when they see you practice it, they will hate on you. The same way they are hating on Jews in the Arab world is the same way they are hating on the Biafrans in that so-called Nigeria. They hate on you when you apply the God-given business science that will make you to be able to use $20 they gave you after the Biafran war. You bought a bicycle, you rode your bicycle to Lagos and you did business, and now you're a multi-millionaire. Your children, they are buying lands, they are building houses in Lagos, and instead of them to say, these people, how are they doing it? How is it possible? I want to learn from this guy. They say, no, make you hate them, hate the Igbos, hate them, burn their business down, burn their shops down, seize their house, break their house down. They must go. The Igbos will not rule. That's called Nigeria. The Igbos, they are criminals. They sell fake drugs. That's the 419 they are saying. That's the 419 they are saying. If I should break down that science of drugs for you guys, you'll be surprised. But that'll be for another day. You said the Igbos are selling fake drugs. Hey, in fact, let me not go there. Let me not go there. But I will tell you, there is a country in Europe that if you have headache, if you have pain in your back, if you have a migraine, they will tell you, open your tap water and drink it for 7 days. Tap water. Your doctor will prescribe tap water. Drink from the tap. Because in that their water, from the reservoir, there is some medication when they put inside. Some get calcium, some get painkillers inside. As you drink the water, the migraine they go away. Children, when no one gonna wash teeth, mommy, I don't want to wash my teeth. They put something for their water that as they are drinking, eating their food, they take care of their gums. That's a God knowledge I'm not ready to go into. I'm not ready to go into that because you guys will not understand what I'm saying. You are buying a medication from Glasgow Meat, or those companies now doing medication. There is a percentage of what they put in those chemicals. But a medication from China, they will say, no, this thing, the dose is too much. We need to reduce it based on the brain, based on the energy in the brain of those in China. It's different. So when somebody is buying a medication from China, the calculation of that medication per dose is done based on the capacity of the Chinese brain. Compared to the ones they buy from America, from Europe. The chemicals, when they mix, the chemical, the percentage, 20% this, 10% this in this medication, it is different. In the Western world, it is wild, wild west. In America, it is wild, wild west. They go pour everything inside, give it to drink, which might give you cancer, which might bloating your stomach, which might give you, kidney problem. But in China or in India, some other countries, they say, no, if we put too much of this, it might cause brain cancer. It can lead to this. It can lead to, let us reduce the dose. So a Biafra man going to buy those products from China or somewhere else, and they bring it to Nigeria. When your custom men will not go school, when your NAFDAC will not go school, that they don't understand the science behind chemical being in the lab, mixing to create a medication. They test the one that is produced in that zoo called Nigeria, or from America sold in or from Britain sold in Nigeria. They test for the percentage. Oh, this one has 20% of penicillin. This one has 10%. Ah, it is fake. It's fake. Somebody bring one from China, that the scientists from China, they are independent from the scientists from America and the rest of them. So when they are creating their own paracetamol, for example, they are doing it based on their research, based on their findings. Say that paracetamol, the tablet, the percentage must not be up to this. If not, it will fry a percentage of the brain. So we must bring that percentage of that thing down. But in America, they don't care. They pour everything inside, they sell to you. Now, when you are testing the results based on the test you have done on those products from America. And if the American one say, okay, percentage for this has to be 20%. You test the one from China, it says this one on at 10% or 5%. You say the one from China is fake. This one, now white man sit me down and told me why he will never take any Western drugs anymore. That they are doing a wild west in Europe and America. He'd rather go to Barbados. He will go to the Caribbean island in Belize to go and take those herbs for free. Chop the herb, chop them. If you chew and finish, the chemical when you release, it gives you exact thing that your body needs. And he told me how in China they bring down percentage of things in a medication. Ordinary a paracetamol, when they make it, they bring the percentage down that can fit the capacity of the brain of a Chinese person. Because the person they used in the lab to test was a Chinese person. So that is why you must have your own science and technology based on your own research of a black person. We don't do that. The medication you take, the people they used to test in the lab were white people or mice. You see, you need to learn your own. Get a black man, test the black man, test the African, test the Biafran, know the medication they need. That's what you have your herbalist for. Your herbalist that you insult, that's what you have them for. They give you herbs. Chew the herbs, drink the water, boil the herbs, drink the water, rub it on your skin, rub it in your head. That's what they give you in Africa. And you insult them. You say, no, we don't want that. We want that from the white man. You want the food from the white man that gives you cancer. They put their tomatoes in Pangolo in tins and it gives you cancer and you're happy with it. Man, I can go on and on. I can go on and on. Reno, I'm going to end it here because I ain't got time. If you want to have that discussion with me, let us have it one-on-one. Let's have a round table, one-on-one. You and me discuss that zoo called Nigeria compared to any other country. I'll be there waiting for you. You ain't ready. You ain't ready. This is the same guy who was selling you a wolf ticket. How to make money on YouTube, how to make £10,000 a day, how to make $200 a day. He did the same guy. Selling you wolf tickets. I rest my case. From me, from here, for now, I'm going to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I remain Biafra, Superstars Media. God bless you. Bye-bye. Yeah. Check me out. Superstars Media. Lord, look good. Bloomington, Lord Logan, and it's wild Flora show. 1914 amalgamation is what we dying for. 3 nations to 1 nation. Ever since annihilation, nepotism is nonsense. You and you, clap your hands. Biafra gonna come, clap your hands. Biafra, WOTO-WOTO, we're free now. Freedom is gonna come, we're free now. Yeah.